Hello, and welcome to the Author's Den podcast, where we help authors share their message to the world. Join us as we feature unique conversations and get ready to be inspired. Now, let's get started with the show.
Hello, and good afternoon, and welcome, everyone. I am Lizzie, one of the hosts of Author's Den. As you heard from the intro, we are having amazing, incredible authors every day coming through Author's Den, telling their story, confessing things and sharing novelty and inspiring us. And today, everyone, is not going to be the exception. It's going to be a wonderful story about an incredible person, which has a legacy, left a legacy, and somebody has written about it, and this is going to be amazing. I know that you're going to like it, and I know that you have questions, and I know you probably are thinking, where can I get this book? So today, everyone, we will be talking to an incredible author. If you have questions, do not forget to follow. Do not forget to subscribe to Author's Den to follow all our incredible authors. Today we have Alex Gall. He settled with his life with Anna Garwood in New Jersey. He got married while he was still serving the Army. He graduated in 1961, oh my Lord, with a mechanical engineering degree with an industrial engineering management course. His military defense for 6 years expires upon his graduation in 1961. He was drafted and sent to Fort Dix, New Jersey for basic training and the military and fall of the same year. Once he was assigned to a human engineering laboratory at Aberdeen Proving Ground, Maryland. He was also a section chief for 28 years and to test technicians and engineer pilot program, Army Management Staff College, with over 3,200 class hours. That's a lot of hours in many topics. He presently is retired, and he is also enjoying himself and looking. And the book that we're going to be talking about is Looking for Love at 82, which was self-published, as we were speaking with Alex in the background, self-published, and that he has written many other books. So without further ado, I want you to get to know this incredible person. Let's welcome him with a wonderful rumble. Hello, Alex, and welcome to Author's Den. I know we were talking. Hopefully we can make this work, and welcome to Author's Den.
Thank you so much.
So, there are lots of things going on, and I know you were telling you about this wonderful book that you have written. You have written several, but this one that we're talking about right now is Looking for Love at 82. It was dedicated for your lovely wife. Tell us, she inspired the whole thing?
Yes, she did. She was from Hungary. She escaped in 1956 during the Hungarian Revolution with her brother, who was going to be sent to Siberia. They decided to come to the United States, and she settled in Garwood. He settled in Illinois. He passed away since. And we were married 57 years. I was very happy. She was the love of my life, and if I could marry her again, I would, because I miss her ever since she passed away in July of last year. And we had a wonderful marriage. We didn't have any children, but we had a wonderful marriage. We got along. We never argued. She was a wonderful cook, and she spoke Hungarian. I spoke Hungarian. I passed the Army Hungarian test I taught myself how to read Hungarian, and I passed the test. I got an 85, and we were suited for each other. And she started out very poor. She was living with an older couple. You know, she was working during the day, and then my mother told me about her, and I went over, and we that was the beginning of it all. And we got married, and we had 57 happy years together, and I never regretted a minute of it. And I wish I could do it again, but that ship has sailed.
Well, yes, it is, and I am so happy that you are saying that you have enjoyed every single minute that you spent with her, and you remember her like it was yesterday, and I can understand. I lost my father 2 years ago, and my mom misses my dad very, very much. But this book that you have written, Love of 82, does it have anything to do with trying to find love again?
Since she passed away, I've been kind of despondent and lonely, and I've been looking. I went on a computer dating service, and I haven't had any luck. But the book describes a little bit about how to go about it, and I haven't had any luck. But I'm still looking, and I'll never find anybody quite like her. But there are a lot of wonderful people out there, and I'm optimistic.
Well, that's a great attitude to have, Alex. Absolutely, it's a great attitude to have. What kind of tips, because there's a lot of people, believe it or not, there's a lot of people out there, Alex, looking for reconnecting again, trying to find somebody similar. There is never going to be a wife like yours. Obviously, she was unique. But what are the tips that you're putting on that book that somebody can help, that you can help somebody?
Well, you know, there is becoming a lot of old people now, a lot of seniors. They're living longer, and unfortunately, if one of them passes away, the other one is by themselves, and they don't have any way of contacting anybody because they usually are pretty isolated. And my book tells people how to go about it. If that you can't go by my success because I haven't been successful, but the procedure is the same, and it's just a question of luck to find somebody that you are suited for. And there's a lot of older people now. Now, this book applies not only to older people, but it applies to younger people and who want to start dating and don't know how to go about it. And it gives them some sensible ideas of how to find a very nice person and a person that they could get along with and someone that they're suited for. And it's a how-to book, and it's educational in some regards, even though it does cover my experience, which is limited, of course. And I was working for the government for 32 years. After getting out of the Army, I stayed at Aberdeen Proving Ground. I became a supervisor of engineers and technicians, of a dozen of them, and we tested Jeeps and all kinds of wheeled vehicles and trucks and trailers and air conditioners, heaters, generators, and all kinds of strange equipment, so that the Army personnel got the very best equipment that there was in existence, and we made sure that it all worked. So I enjoyed my job. I did a lot of writing, and I proofread everything that went through our branch, and we had a very lot of reports and test plans, and I enjoyed working on it. It was very, very enjoyable. regret it. I retired in 1994 at the age of 55, as that's what I planned when I was 25 and was in the Army. I decided to go with the government because my father was a machinist. He got laid off every year, and I didn't want that to happen to me because he had to start all over again every year or so. So I spent a long time at one outfit, and I did like the working for the Department of the Army. There were very good people there, and I thought what I was doing was useful and worthwhile and contributing to the betterment of the country to some degree. And my wife and I were both very happy living in Aberdeen, and we went home to New Jersey once in a while to visit my parents and my brothers and sisters, and the rest is history.
I
Are
noticed
you still there?
I noticed that you have a lot.
I can barely hear you. I'm sorry. You're still weak.
Okay, I noticed that you have a lot of books written. And
I have 6 books. I have 4 joke books.
Yes.
I have one book called Conservative Views, which is how to be a conservative and my opinion on a lot of things. And I have Looking for Love at 82, which was a tribute to my late wife of 57 years. I wish I could marry her again. I would marry her in a minute.
What did you say? What would you say, Alex, is one of the key components of a successful marriage? I can give you a
that is an excellent question, because everybody has different desires, and you could name a dozen things that are important, not important to most people, but important to someone. You never know what it is. It could be politeness. It could be the food. It could be conversations. It could be various things and friends. And everybody has different needs. And no 2 persons are quite alike, and each person has different desires. And it may, in one marriage, one thing might be successful and not successful in another. So I am no expert at marriage now, so don't get me wrong, but I've been married once, and it was wonderful, and I can imagine it could be not so wonderful if you pick the wrong person. Are you there?
I think it's a great answer. Would you also say that being understandable and also being accepting to each other's different ideas or different beliefs, or that is also part of a successful marriage?
I agree with you. I think getting along with the other person and their likes and their desires and their dislikes, you tolerate and you accept, and you maybe even enjoy some of those, and sometimes you adopt some of them. And I always respected my wife, and I learned to love her more and more as we went along. The longer we were married, the happier I was. My purpose in life was to make my wife happy. I wanted her to have a better life than my mother did, and my mother had been separated, and it was pretty disruptive. And I wanted my wife to have whatever she wanted in life, and she started out very poor, and she ended up very rich.
What would you say, Alex, that the nowadays, in the last 20 years, marriages are not succeeding? It looks like we are a society that people get only married for 1 year, 5 years. They don't last. I don't see people lasting like yourself, 50 years, 30 years of marriage. I
cannot explain that. I cannot explain that, because if you truly love a person, you would try to stay with them. But people change, I imagine, and situations change, and in some cases you drift apart. In other cases you get closer together. So it all depends on the individuals, but there's nothing better than a wonderful marriage, and I feel sorry for people who are divorced and are not getting along, and I empathize with them, and I wish for their success, and I hope that they resolve their issues, because a happy marriage, a happy wife is a happy life, and I can't imagine bickering with the same person every day, especially when you fell in love with them and married them. I mean, you must have liked something about them. Maybe it's good to look for the good qualities and not concentrate on anything negative.
I agree with you. Alex. I don't want to forget, for people that would like to get a copy of your book, Looking for Love at 82, where can people get that?
That's a good question, because I try to get some spare copies. I wrote the publisher, but you can buy it on. You can buy. I'm not computer savvy, but you can buy it on on a computer somewhere. I don't
Amazon?
know what.
Amazon.
What?
Amazon.
You can buy it on Amazon. It's all my books are listed on Amazon. You could buy it there. I recommended that they sell it for under $10, because I didn't want it to be too expensive. I'd rather sell a lot of books than not have anyone read it, because I think if you read it, you're going to enjoy it, and you may learn something from it, and I think it would improve your life. So you can buy it on Amazon, and or you can write the company. I'm not sure what company it is, because I have several different publishers.
Gotcha. So we will have, everyone, the links on the Authors Den website for you to be able to get your very own copy of Looking for Love at 82 from this wonderful, incredible author. You can see very successful, have written several books, but just to share this experience, and you could feel from the voice, the love and the care that he had for his wife, and now he's trying to match that, which is probably going to be impossible, but probably very close, somebody who can match with what he's looking for. What have you received? What kind of feedback, Alex? What kind of feedback have you gotten from people that have read your book?
Well, some people who have read it, and I really don't have a whole lot of feedback, because the books are not selling as much as I would like. But I have had some women say they'd cry. I've had that book has 5-star ratings from different critics in California, and they said that one lady who proofread it, read it, said that she laughed and she cried throughout the book. It resulted in those kinds of feelings that she got, identifying with my wife and my love for her, and so my feedback has been kind of sparse, other than the critics. And I think if people start to read the thing, I don't think it's sold a whole lot. You know, I hear people selling 1 million books, but I mean, I don't know how that happens, because most self-published authors are not highly sold. Marketing is a separate issue. The best way to do it is to sell your book to a big company like Harcourt Brace or some other publisher, and they'll take care of everything for you. If you've got to do it yourself, it becomes expensive marketing it, because you've got to advertise it all over the place, and that's costly.
Well, we'll have. It's really interesting that you received a review from a critic that not only was she laughing and crying. Obviously, there's a lot of intimate details and a lot of loving and secrets that I know that not only somebody that is looking for love at the age of 82, but somebody young too that needs tips from an experienced married person that has gone through ups and downs in the marriage and has a lot of different tips that no one can give you. I'm pretty sure that no college can give you that kind of information, but because this is lived by you and your beautiful wife that has passed, that you are able to put that in pen and pencil. One of the things that I wanted to ask, one of the last questions, I know we're going on in about half an hour, and I'm hoping that I'm not taking a lot of your time. I know that you have a lot of things on the go still, and one of the requirements when you are trying to get into a date, what is the most difficult thing, Alex? What is the most difficult thing that you find to try to get that first date in this stage in your life?
Well, I haven't had much luck with dating. I mostly talk to people over the phone. I get to know them over the phone, and then if we're interested, we meet. And I've had some good luck, and I've had some bad luck. So I don't have all the answers. I'm not an expert.
Well, at least you're trying, and your book is telling the wonderful love story that you and your wife had. And
most of my books are joke books. I have a lot of joke books. My jokes are very good and clean, and I'll give you a couple examples. I taught my cat to use a Xerox machine. She's a copycat. And then Federal Express and United Parcel Service are going to merge and make a new company called Fed Up. And I have all my jokes are clean. You can give it to your daughter, your mother, your wife, your cousin, anybody, and they can read it, and they will not be offended by it. And yes. I'm surprised people don't use it. I'm hoping people will steal my material because it's all fresh and it's all original, and I think some of it's actually really funny.
You made me laugh right there, and I'm seeing here on Amazon that you have humor and Wickton's 101
That's a 5-star rated book. That's a 5-star rated book. I got some extremely wonderful reviews on that.
Wow.
That is my finest joke book.
That's right. Jokes 103.
Yeah, that's a joke book too.
Yes.
That's another one. That's very good.
Yes, and Conservative Views 101 plus.
That's all about being sort of a Republican, a conservative person. And my parents were Democrats. I was a Democrat, but I did change after a while because I think the Democrats, some of their ideas today are a little bit strange. So I'm not against them. I'm just not exactly for them. So, but I do like Democrats, but I'm not a Democrat myself.
So from going to a Joker book to writing a love story, where's your sense of humor comes from? Because you're a very serious person.
I was a supervisor for 28 years, and they elected me supervisor. I took a lot of courses in supervision, and you need to get along with people, and humor came in very handy. And besides, I was quick. And I could remember a joke based on the nature of the conversation. And most of the people that work with me, they liked me being a supervisor. I was probably one of the better ones. And I tried to make their lives better as employees. And over the years, I was suited for. Some people don't know how to handle people. They become very dictatorial, and instead of looking out for the interests of their employees, they become domineering, and I was never like that.
Well, I think another book, how to deal with your coworkers or your supervisors using jokes, I think that's probably a fitted book for you coming up.
I remember another joke I like. Henny Youngman said, for my 50th wedding anniversary, my wife wanted me to take her someplace she'd never been before, so I took her to the kitchen.
Okay, everyone, we couldn't get reconnected with author Alexander, an incredible, funny, really, really funny author. So we were speaking to Alexander Gall, and he has the book Love at 82. Please check it out on Amazon.com and check his other books out. And they're hilarious, as you can hear it. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you for spending a couple of minutes of your precious time listening to incredible authors and incredible stories. As you can see, as you can hear, Alex really, really is still in love with his wife, which is an incredible thing to hear, especially in times like this. It's very commendable, and it's a huge example for all of us that wants to find true love. I want to thank you again. Don't forget to follow, and I am Lizzie, one of the hosts of Author's Den. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for listening to another exciting episode of the Author's Den podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you don't miss any of our future episodes. That's all for now. We'll see you next time.